let's talk about some of the other commonly asked questions. For example, what about testing? So most of the provinces in Canada do not require any official or formal testing from homeschoolers. You are free to do it however you would like. If you're thinking about standardized testing, where the school tests students in the classroom, I heard a great analogy, which is that it's actually supposed to be a grade for the school to see how their teaching is going, as opposed to how the student is learning. You are free to do testing if you choose to. However, you will probably find over time, as you are working with your child, you have a pretty good idea of what they know and what they don't know, what they understand and what they struggle with. You don't need a test to be able to do that for you. You're teaching them to understand and not teaching them to be able to be successful with a test. The next question is, what if I'm not good with math or spelling or writing or any of those things? What if I'm not good at those, or I hate teaching them? Okay, here's the cool thing. Number one, when you're homeschooling, you get to learn with your child. If you have a personal area of weakness, you get to do it again and you get to learn with your child. It's amazing to rediscover things that you didn't understand, or even the things that you thought you knew before. Relearning it is a wonderful gift for you as a parent. If there's something that you desperately cannot teach, or you really think that you're probably not going to be able to, especially in the high school years as you hit some of the more challenging subjects, you can outsource. One of the cool things about homeschooling right now in this period of time is there are lots of resources. There are lots of programs and online services and books and materials that help you walk through all those subjects and all those struggling areas so that you don't have to do it yourself. Of course, you can always bring in a tutor or someone else from the outside as well. It's amazing what's available out there for you if you cannot teach a subject yourself. And then the big question, what about university? Lots of parents are concerned, even before their child is 4, about how homeschooling will impact their ability to go to post-secondary school in the future. Let me just remind you that university does not have to be the end goal of a child's educational public school career. It is just one of many options that a student can take. But if that is where your child ends up wanting to go, be assured that there are lots and lots and lots of anecdotal evidence from families who have homeschooled who now have children in the post-secondary education system. Just remember to keep good records, especially in your high school years, to be able to put a transcript together that compares with, or that is understandable by, the admissions office. Another option is to communicate with the school of choice. Find out what they require and how that they would be willing to consider what you're learning equivalent to the kids at school. There are options available. And I find a lot of people have talked about how many admissions companies and many of the programs are very open and willing to discuss with homeschool families what they need and from their children. Sometimes it's just that they need a couple of official credits that are accredited by some company or some school that's going to be recognized on a transcript. So whatever it is, that's one of the options that's available to you. There's also the options of things like going to an open university that accepts just about anybody without any specific requirements, and then transferring into a university of their choice later. You can also apply as a mature student. So after the end of high school, you can take some time and do a gap year or two, go to work, learn a little bit about life, travel, those kinds of things, and then you come back and you apply to university as a mature student. You can also get your GED, your general education diploma, so that you have something equivalent in concept to a high school diploma. Remember, university doesn't always have to be the end goal. So if your child has something that they're really good at or something that they're really excited about, they have other options. For example, they can be involved with a trade. They may discover that they want to be an entrepreneur. There are lots of things, so don't worry about the end goal yet until you start seeing it coming a lot closer. Just remember to be diligent in keeping track of what you're doing along the way so that your child has at least a record of what they've been learning.